Every number could fall apart just like that. That. When you least expect it.
He's a totally unique guy. He had that American feel. That's what it was.
What do drummers do? They lay down a beat to dance.
Well, I no longer think, unfortunately, about spending £5. That really is the only difference it's made to me. I think it's changed people's attitude to me.
Charlie Watts, and I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah, I miss him really a lot.
We all miss Charlie so much on the stage and off the stage. Here's to you, Charlie!
Mr. Watts, walk in and hit your mark.
Yeah, go on. What?
Say your words.
It's all about me and I'm the star, for once. Yeah, you'll see all my stage costumes and lots of pictures of me.
Yeah, Charlie.
You'll see lots of lovely drums.
Right. When's my bit then?
In recording him, I discovered very early, Charlie would never play his hi-hat and his snare drum at the same time. In not playing the hi-hat at the same time as a snare, it gives the snare a huge, big, open sound.
I'd never heard of that before, but if you go back and listen to it, it's great. But it also did something else, too. That extra physical motion, that takes time. And it helped lay back the groove. That was an important part of that laid-back Rolling Stone sound, how they could be relaxed and play at slower tempos, and yet it felt like the thing was charging forward.
People like Charlie Watts are very hard to put in a pocket. They don't make pockets for people like Charlie. He's a totally unique guy.
You know that iconic beat that he has. Everybody knows that Charlie Watts beat.
To me, the essence of what we do as a band and where Charlie comes from is basically you go back to the word jazz.
Well, when you're talking about the song Rocks Off, which is one of my personal favorites, the fills, if you listen to the fills, they were in odd places. So whatever he's responding to, he's in the moment having a musical conversation. That's jazz. That's jazz because it's so spontaneous.
When it comes to iconic drumming in rock music, Charlie Watts' beat on the Rolling Stones' classic
Honky Tonk Women
stands as one of the most celebrated examples.
The way it kicks in with just a kick and a snare.
Though often understated in comparison to the more flamboyant drummers of his era, Watts' drumming style, rooted in jazz, brought a unique, laid-back sophistication to the band's music.
When I first heard Honky Tonk Women, I thought, man, that's funky. Charlie is a huge part of that because when there's something that is funky, a lot of it emanates from the drum.
I met her, she's so ballroom queen in Memphis.
On Honky Tonk Women, Watts delivers a groove that's both deceptively simple and profoundly effective. Here's why it remains one of his finest moments behind the kit.
The great thing about Charlie is he knew every number could fall apart just like that.
Try to take me upstairs for a ride.
That. When you least expect it. And that's what makes it so magic. The element of risk is what drives our band.
The most immediate standout feature of Watts' drumming on Honky Tonk Women is the song's unforgettable opening. A few lone cowbell hits, then a delayed, loose snare hit that instantly hooks the listener.
When you hear the intro to that, it just becomes a physical reaction it overtakes your body.
This unusual start sets the tone for the entire song, and the way Watts holds off on the downbeat creates an irresistible anticipation. Watts opens the song with a brief drum fill that seems to swing before settling into a steady, infectious groove.
The sound is an open sound where the drums resonate. It's a note. It's not a thud and whack.
This off-kilter introduction adds an organic feel, almost like stumbling into the rhythm, perfect for a song steeped in the raw, whiskey-soaked essence of honky-tonk bars. It's both raw and sophisticated, capturing the rough edges of a roadhouse atmosphere, while retaining the precision and clarity that make it timeless. Honky Tonk Women is driven by a rhythmic shuffle that's distinctly loose, giving the song its swagger. Watts' drumming is deceptively minimal, but it's all about feel, something Watts mastered as a drummer rooted in jazz and blues. Instead of overplaying, he uses space and time in a way that lets the song breathe. His subtle swing between the kick drum and snare offers a groove that can make the listener sway unconsciously.
All the British invasion bands had a deep love for the blues and rhythm and blues, but not all of them had an appreciation of jazz. Jazz is a key component to rock and roll music. It's not always talked about.
This shuffle feels like the missing piece of a puzzle, turning what could have been a straightforward rock tune into a sensual, rolling groove.
Fills. If you listen to the fills, they were in odd places.
Watts doesn't rush the groove, opting for restraint. That restraint is key to the song's power. It lets the guitars, the brass section...
We were all learning. The rock beat was only being invented, basically, as we were happening, you know. He scored himself in that.
Just can't seem to drink it off my mind.
And Mick Jagger's vocals shine while still anchoring the song firmly in rhythm. The sense of looseness, while actually being tightly in control, gives the track a feeling of casual, confident cool.
Charlie and I, we were very orientated towards dance, and so that's what brought us together. Because it's about beats. What do drummers do? They lay down a beat to dance.
Charlie Watts was never one to indulge in flashy fills or excessive cymbal crashes, and on Honky Tonk Women, his minimalist approach is on full display. While other drummers might have been tempted to fill the space with elaborate patterns or aggressive rolls, Watts stays true to his philosophy. Less is more.
There are only a few drummers throughout history that I would say were artists in their own right, and he was definitely one of them.
What made him so unique was that he could rock so hard while being so loose. He had a very relaxed style for a very high energy type of music.
The spaces between the beats are as important as the hits themselves. Watts provides a rhythmic foundation that never distracts from the core of the song. His drumming allows Keith Richards' iconic guitar riff to stand out, without ever overshadowing the band's groove.
Then she covered me in roses.
The marriage between Keith and Charlie made up its own instrument. The space they gave each other, the way the instruments fell, was like a tapestry.
I usually look at Charlie and he'll give me a grin because it's clicky. And it's almost like you don't even want to touch the strings because they're doing it themselves, you know. And anyway, they'd be too hot.
This type of drumming takes immense skill. It's harder to play with subtlety and restraint than to overplay. Watts made it clear that what's left out of the rhythm can be as powerful as what's included. Watts' jazz background played a critical role in shaping his unique style. On Honky Tonk Women, there's a clear jazz-inspired approach to his timing.
Putting him in a rock and roll band was really interesting because you had the concepts of free jazz drummers, but in the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones' deep appreciation of jazz is down to Charlie Watts. And while the rest of the band worship at the feet of the blues, Charlie has a different church.
We landed in New York. I went to a jazz club. at the Village Vanguard or Birdland. I saw two artists at Birdland. One was Charlie Mingus's band, which was pretty amazing. And the other was Sonny Rollins. That was America. I didn't care about the rest of it.
Jazz is Charlie's first and enduring love, even as his rhythms for the Stones quickly earn him a reputation as one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. Jazz is never far away.
He had a looseness about his delivery that he just couldn't get out of local talent.
He employs a light touch, even when playing a backbeat-heavy rock song. You can hear it in the way he hits the snare more of a tap than a slam, which adds to the song's laid-back vibe.
16, I used to go and stare at these people like Phil Seaman. I wanted to be that.
Phil Seaman was England's answer to Art Blakey in a way. He was the great jazz drummer. Charlie would never call himself a jazz drummer, but he had a jazz drummer sensibility, and that inflected his playing.
His drumming always supported the song without being too forward in the mix, and his sense of groove was unparalleled. In the 1960s, when rock music often aimed for louder, faster, and more, Watts stood out by drawing from jazz's dynamic control.
It was quite a thing to go to, jazz clubs. There was a few of them. The Marquee Club, Ronnie's old place, the Flamingo.
He resisted the temptation to showboat and instead focused on crafting a rhythmic pulse that complemented and elevated the rest of the band.
You know, that's a jazz way of thinking. You know, drummers have their own sound. Charlie Watts had a snare sound which sang throughout the music of the Rolling Stones.
While Watts' drumming on Honky Tonk Women is a masterclass in its own right, part of its greatness comes from how well it meshes with the rest of the Rolling Stones. The band's chemistry is in full force here. Keith Richards' guitar.
Keith knew from the very beginning that they'd found someone who was unique and so special. Not only his performance, but in his character as well.
Charlie sounded like an American drummer. He had that American feel. That's what it was.
Mick Jagger's vocals and Watts' rhythm section create a synergy that makes the track groove so irresistibly. Watts, in particular, served as the band's rhythmic anchor, keeping everything grounded while still giving the music a sense of freedom and movement. His drum beat is essential to the song's overall vibe, locking into the rhythm of the cowbell and Richards' guitar riff to create a perfect storm of rock and roll swagger. Without Watts' steady yet loose groove, the song might not have had the same impact. Even though Honky Tonk Women was released in 1969, Charlie Watts' drumming on the track has remained timeless. His ability to blend restraint with groove is a lesson for drummers who seek to enhance a song without overwhelming it. His contribution to the track shows how powerful a simple, well-played beat can be when it serves the music. In an era where virtuosity and showmanship were often celebrated, Charlie Watts did something far more impressive. He played exactly what the song needed, and in doing so, crafted one of the most memorable drum performances in rock history. It's a testament to Watts' genius that his understated approach can leave such a lasting impression, with Honky Tonk Women standing as a shining example of how a perfectly placed beat can make all the difference. What makes Charlie Watts' drumming on Honky Tonk Women truly great is its simplicity, groove, and feel. It's a masterclass in less is more, combining a light jazz touch with rock and roll swagger. His deliberate, relaxed approach gives the song its unique rhythmic character and timeless appeal. Watts didn't need to be flashy. He understood that the groove is everything. And with Honky Tonk Women, he delivered a beat that has stayed lodged in the hearts of listeners for decades, showing once again that a great song is all about the right rhythm.
Give me the honky tonk blues.
You like him?
Yeah.
Ever since I've been with the Rolling Stones, this has nothing to do with me, by the way. People have come to look at us. We've had a following. It's been quite incredible, what I call the Beatles period, which was exactly what was happening to them was happening to us.
How do you think being a success has influenced you as a person?
Well, I no longer think, unfortunately, about spending £5. That really is the only difference it's made to me.
I hated being chased by girls and all that. It used to really embarrass me. It's always been, that's what the Rolling Stones do, not me.
Do you think it's changed your attitude to people?
No, I think it's changed people's attitude to me.
I think the Rolling Stones are great, but I kind of don't see me in it somehow.
The mystery inspired me, I think, with Charlie, is because he's such a laid-back, well-dressed gentleman, always going like that. Then it's like a firework explosion when he plays the drums with no effort. You know, it was the most amazing feeling to have him behind you in the engine room.
It's just this old, very sort of funky little 4-piece kit. And the snare looked like it was from like the 30s. And I guess he'd been playing that same snare for God knows how long. And it just was something very endearing about the humanity in his setup for this massive production that was going on. Stuck with me.
In the Village Voice, which was where I saw the ad that led to my hooking up with Bruce and the E Street Band in 1974, they had a great section of music want ads. And invariably you would come across an ad, wanted Charlie Watts type drummer. So Charlie Watts, through no initiative of his own, had become a genre.
Youngsters like me, we like to have a lot of things to bang on. But Charlie, his fundamental purpose on the planet was groove. And he had all the equipment he needed to do just that and no more.
How do you power the greatest rock and roll band in the world with what looks like a starter drum kit?
Well, I don't know. All that is how you set up, how you play. And some people need lots of drum. I mean, a lot of times they're just for show.
Most drummers, when they get into a big rock and roll band and they're playing stadiums, they get them kit the size of the stage. Charlie never changed anything at all. He started with 4 drums, and I'm pretty sure that's how he ended up.
It was an amazing thing to drive the Stones like he did.
Charlie Watts was the driving force behind everything the Stones did. Their heartbeat. His drumming shaped the music we have loved for 6 decades.
He laid down the feel for songs that are now my age. Oh, I'm gonna start crying.
No matter how fast Mick went across the stage doing the pony or whatever, he was right there with him.
From his very first gig with the Rolling Stones in '63 to his last ever show 58 years later, Charlie is the calm, reassuring presence at the back, holding it all together. With the embodiment of rock and roll to the left of him and a truly global superstar to the right, Charlie is stuck in the middle, physically and emotionally. But with his grounded, no-nonsense approach to fame and rock and roll, he was and is still the soul of the band.
Charlie was the engine. The best drummer England has ever produced. Charlie was, and I'm still dealing with it.
You know, I miss Charlie on many levels. Like, I miss wanting to play him this new groove, and want to say how badly England's done in the Test match yesterday. You know, I miss him really a lot.